here, and it's a privilege to be here. Usually when women are not represented in equal number in any forum, I walk out, but somebody paid for my hotel bill, so I'm obligated to say a few words, and I've been asked to talk about the ground reality in Kashmir today. So I jotted some notes down this morning, and I'm going to share that with you. If you go to Kashmir today, this is what you will see. As your plane prepares to land at Srinagar, you will be asked to pull down your window shades. You will wonder apprehensively about how unsafe that can be, as all the airlines you have ever flown and all the cities where you have ever landed, you have been asked to pull up your window shades for safety reasons. Srinagar Airport is a military base. It is managed by the Indian Air Force, which does not want you to see whatever lethal installations they have put along the runway. Conversely, Indian Air Force is afraid of you. You'll hire a cab. Your driver tells you his name is Mohammed Rizwan. He says it takes 10 years, or rather it took 10 years to complete a flyover, to complete a 6 kilometer, 3-mile flyover. But during those 10 years, traffic patterns worsened, and now the cars on the flyover sit as if they are in a parking lot. Rizwan tells you he applied for a teaching job in a handful of many new neighborhood schools privately financed by prospering families who pay their teachers rupees 5,000, about $68 per month. He tells you he can earn 3 times as much in a single day driving a cab. He tells you proudly that in the Quran, Rizwan is the gatekeeper of heaven. Rizwan says that he also applied for government jobs, but his prospects are grim because since 2019, 8 out of 10 vacancies are filled by non-Kashmiris from outside Kashmir who are always trusted functionaries of the Hindutva regime in Delhi. He tells you for the last 2 years, children having been to the handful of established schools that were ordered closed, first in 2019, when Delhi demoted Kashmir from a state to a union territory. And then during 2020, the schools remained closed because of the pandemic. Rizwan says that Hindutva is a pandemic. There is a dire drug problem in Srinagar, Rizwan says. The youth are injecting themselves with hard drugs. India is waging an opium war in Kashmir, he says, like the British did in China in the 1800s. You have to remember that Rizwan has 2 master's degrees, as I mentioned earlier. So he knows a little bit. Also, there is a critical domestic abuse situation in Kashmir, Rizwan says. Some of it is due to dowry issues, but mostly because of frustration created by massive military restrictions. He says doctors habitually prescribe long lists of pills which create side effects. The side effects create a pyramid which Rizwan says is medically termed tardive dyskinesia. The doctors prescribe another list of pills to treat the pyramid. The patient is a tree that gradually rots. There is no official acknowledgement of the dire domestic abuse situation. COVID is again on the rise in Kashmir, Rizwan says, adjusting his face mask. We Kashmiris can't help attending weddings and funerals. Let me tell you, he says, Srinagar received 165 ventilators from the Prime Minister's Care Fund. Srinagar didn't ask for them, and they didn't work. There are nearly 1 million Indian jackboots in Kashmir, Rizwan says, making Kashmir the world's most militarized place. And here's what he said. India has no desire or need to talk with anyone in Kashmir. It does not have to resolve anything, only manage. For management, it does not need to engage with the people, it only needs boots on the ground. Our big mosque, the Jama Masjid, has been chained and locked for 2 years now, Rizwan says. The Nazis banned Jews from praying at the synagogue on the Sabbath. The Hindu nationalists are banning Kashmiri Muslims from praying at their main mosque on Fridays. Since 2019, the Israeli model is being implemented in a swift way in Kashmir. If you want to look at the future of Kashmir, just see what Israel is doing in the occupied territories. Yet, the Palestinians have a global solidarity movement. As you reach your destination in Rajbagh, Rizwan bumps his fist with yours and says, "Why isn't the diaspora doing something to make our voices heard? Otherwise, we are doomed." You want to hug him. Khuda Hafiz, you say. Allah Hafiz, he says. Thank you.